What's going on, guys, and welcome to another awesome episode of Student Angling. Today I'm gonna be doing some winter bass fishing. Got a few rods here. I'm filming with the GoPro today because it's a little rainy. The weather is not good at all, but I wanted to get out and try to catch some fish, so that's what we're gonna do. Also, if the fishing doesn't turn out so well, I'm gonna go into kind of the story of how I first got into fishing, just so you guys can know a little bit more about me. And yeah, it should be a cool episode. So let's get into it, and I'll see you in the next clip. As you can see, it is now pouring down rain. I'm sure you can hear it too, so I'm not trying to get soaked. It's also only like 50 degrees outside, so yeah, not the best combination. So we're gonna head back to the car, try to get situated, try to not fall in the lake first, geez. And yeah, then we'll get into a quick little story, so I'll see you there. Yeah, that right there is what we call not ideal. That was a quick little trip. I really just wanted to get on the water just to even cast. Haven't been out in so long because the weather's been so bad, and it continues, so that is just fantastic, just what I wanted. It makes me so happy. I already spent 4 hours at the dentist today, and now this, so you know, it's just a great day. Anyways, thanks for tagging along with me. I want to first, before I get into the story, say thank you for the support on this channel. It's only a couple weeks old, and we already have a video that's over 1,000, I wish. 100 views, which is just awesome. It's nothing big. Obviously, it's not going to live up to the Jombies and the Lunkers. But we got over 100 views on a video, and I just really appreciate that. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate just you guys watching. I appreciate the subscriptions. It really just makes me happy, and it makes me want to continue to do this because it's just awesome to see other people enjoying what you do. So thank you very, very much. All right, so now that we're in the nice warm inside of my good old Golf GTI, I thought I would start this story that I was talking about. So in order for you guys to get to know me more, I really just wanted to kind of give you an insight into how I got started into fishing and how I really just fell in love with it, because it is my absolute favorite thing to do. It's awesome. It's relaxing, it's fun, it's exciting all at the same time. I really just love the sport. So this is my story as to how I got into bass fishing. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Ben Autry. I'm the owner, founder of Student Angling, and I've been fishing for around 7 years now, maybe more, off and on since I was born. But when I first really got into bass fishing, I think I was around 12 years old. And the way it started was, there was one night I was at my grandparents' house. They had a little pond a couple yards over that we fished in. And my grandpa walked up to me and he said, "Hey, you want to go try to catch some fish?" And I was like, "Well, I guess so." We had been working on cars, I think, and I was just ready to get out of the garage. So I said, "Yeah, sure, let's go fishing. Let's try to catch a fish. I've done it before. It's not that hard." So we went out there. I think we had on little curly tail worms, weightless, and my grandpa had me just throw it out there and just do a nice steady retrieve, and he was doing the same thing. So we got out there, we're fishing for a little bit, and then my grandpa, he hooks a fish, and I'm like, why didn't I hook one? What? This is cool. He hooks probably a good 2 or 3 pound bass. He pulls it out, shows me, we take a few pictures, and we put it back. A few minutes go by, we're still fishing, and then boom, he catches another fish. He reels it in, unhooks it, shows me. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. Why am I not catching these fish? So I was kind of frustrated, but at the same time I was like, this is awesome. I need to get into this. So long story short, he caught a few more fish. I did not catch anything that night, unfortunately. So we caught a few more fish. We went back to the house. We ate some dessert, some ice cream, whatever. You know how it goes with grandparents. Grandma spoils you. Went to bed. Woke up this morning. He had to go to work. So while he's at work, I'm like, I'm gonna catch me some fish. I am not gonna let him catch all the fish while I'm not. I instantly had that competitive drive and that want and desire to go back on the water and catch more fish. So I grab one of my grandpa's rods, I walk down to the pond, and I start casting. It was a spinning rod, and spinning rods are easy, I know, don't give me some crap for it. I know I should have been able to cast this, no problem, but I had no idea what I was doing. I think I had it grabbed up at the tip of the rod and was just throwing it out there, trying to get any distance I could. Long story short, it was a big fail. I ended up getting that reel so tangled up and so just destroyed that like I couldn't even use it. So I ran back up, I put it on the rack, and I grabbed another one. This time, even worse. I feel bad doing it now, but I grabbed one of his bait casting reels, and with my untrained eye, I thought, oh, this is just the old spin cast that I've been using. So I went down, threw it, as you know, instant freaking backlash, just mangled this reel. So I tried casting again, and it just, you know how it goes. You can't cast a bait or a tangled up bait casting reel. It doesn't work. So long story short, I screwed that one up even more. This pattern went on and on until finally I had gone through all of his rods and reels. I'm not kidding, I went through every single one of them and just tangled and mangled all of them. So me being a 12-year-old kid, I'm like, oh crap, I'll just put them away. He won't notice. I put them away and then I leave. A few weeks later, he comes to me and goes, have you ever used somebody else's equipment before? And I was like, yeah, I think I've used your rod sometime. He's like, so when you do that, do you just get them tangled up and all looped up and then you just don't do anything with them? And I was like, well, no, I'd like to take care of them. He's like, well, you kind of destroyed all my reels. And I'm like, well, I couldn't use them right. I didn't know what I was doing. So he's like, all right, well, let's go down there, and we untangle them. We spent hours because I just destroyed these reels. And I feel bad about it now, but luckily he's pretty patient, and he's put up a lot with me, so I thank him for that. So anyways, I go home, I go back to my parents' house, and I'm like, Dad, we gotta go catch some fish. So he brings me to Dick's Sporting Goods. We go to the store, we buy 2 rods and some lures, and we take them and we go out to the local park to go fishing. I think we caught maybe 1 bass, he caught a bass, I think I caught a bluegill, but I had a great time and I just really loved it. So we go home, I get online and I start researching bass fishing. I find John B, who is now, he's close to 1 million subscribers now, but I found this kid when he was, I don't know, I think he was young. He was about my age and he had maybe 1,000 subscribers. It was just in the beginnings of John B. I remember I would watch him every single day. Every day he posted a video, I would be watching that. And it was just awesome to see another kid around my age learning the basics of fishing and filming it and really showing me how to do it. So I found him, I looked up a few other guys, I found Fluke Master, who really helped me with the specific techniques, and I started saving my money to buy myself a good rod. And I finally did it. I bought myself a good rod, brought it to the lake, and first cast, snap. The rod snaps, and I'm devastated. I don't know what to do. I'm shocked, I'm pissed, it was one of the worst days of my life. But looking back on it then, I thought that. So I pretty much am just like, well, if this is gonna happen, then there's no point in fishing. If it's just gonna break this easily, why am I doing this? So, long story short, I stopped fishing for a few months. I really didn't fish that whole summer. And that Christmas, it was either Christmas or my birthday, I'm not sure, but my dad bought me a really nice rod, and he kind of wasn't rushed about it. He got me something that was higher quality, and it was a great rod. I think it was a Shimano. It was a Shimano rod and reel combo of some sort, and Shimano makes good stuff, so it was a good rod. That spring and that summer, I just hammered the ponds and the lakes around my place. I fished them every single day. Any chance I could get my mom to drive me out there and just let me fish for a couple hours, I would fish, and I could not, and I really was just obsessed with it. I loved it, as I am today still. But yeah, so that really got me into it, and from then on, I really haven't stopped. There was one summer where I got mixed up with some bad people, probably shouldn't have, and yeah, that kind of put fishing on the back burner. But looking back on it now, that's just another wasted summer that I could have had a chance to fish so much more and to learn even more. And now I just have never stopped. I love it. I've started to research more. I've started this YouTube channel, and on my Instagram I try to promote it as much as possible, but I really love it. So yeah, that's really my story and how I got into fishing. And I can't give a bigger thanks to my mom for driving me all the time to fish, my dad for always helping me out, always asking questions like, did you catch anything? What'd you get today? Did you do anything? And always helping me out, lending me money sometimes for fishing stuff, which he does too much, and I can't thank him enough. And of course my grandpa for giving me that first spark into really loving like bass fishing and really enjoying what I do. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my story. Leave in the comments below your first fishing adventures. What got you really started and really excited about bass fishing? Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Leave me a like if you don't mind. It really helps me and makes me see that I'm doing something right. And subscribe if you don't mind. Thanks for watching again. And as always, fish hard, learn more. I'll see you in the next video.